Unbelievable! I feel great!
Alright guys, what do we got here? We got beef shoulder patties self-made. We got different slices of bacon, air-dried and smoked from my neighbor in Serbia, in a Serbian village. Organic. I know the sources of all of those ingredients. It's a blessing. And it tastes wonderful. Then we have 2 eggs. You can see the color just for the texture. And we got chicken liver and chicken hearts. And that is my breakfast after I do my fast. Usually 12 to 14 hours I fast. I do intermittent fasting, and then I break my fast with a feast like this. So that's what I wanted to show you before I talk about Carnivore Diet, about the Carnivore Diet, nose to tail baby. And yeah, let's talk about it. Right guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about, first of all, how can you get started. A lot of guys message me how to get started with the Carnivore Diet and what they should be aware of, and it's actually pretty simple. It's pretty simple. It's the most simple way of actually eating. It's not really a diet, it's just a way of life, a lifestyle, and it's a blessing. First of all, it's a blessing that animals provide us peak physical performance and mental clarity, and you can find animals, insects, fish across the whole globe. It doesn't matter which animal. You will always find a deer, a wild pig, you know, some sort of insect, a snake, a pig, a bird, a fish. Doesn't matter if the North Pole. You will find seals, you will find something animal based to eat, and that's the ancestral way of eating, surviving and ingesting nutritional dense value. So how to get started? It's easy. Just discard everything. It sounds easy, but for most of the people it's not, but it is simple. You discard everything which is not animal based. So you only eat stuff that is animal based. For instance, different sources of cheese, eggs, fish, like I said. What doesn't matter which animal, what's the most convenient for you and the most accessible for you. You don't need to make it complicated. Just try to get a good source of trust. And if you don't have enough funds, you can even go into wholesale supermarkets, get yourself beef mince or minced meat. It's pretty cheap per kilogram. I never spent more than $250 per month on my animal-based diet, on my carnivore diet. So that first of all. Second of all, you need to eat enough. Never be like hungry. You should never be really hungry, because you eat until you're full. I usually have 2 big meals. I figured out that works the best for me. So after I do my intermittent fasting, 12 to 14 hours window, and I break my fast like I showed you just now, I have a big meal, and then until the dinner time, until evening, after all physical practice and training, I usually have my second meal, and that's it. And I eat until I'm full. And after a meal like this, I don't have any cravings for anything else, because it's such nutritional dense food. You really feel full. Like I mean, I ate just 3 huge patties of beef shoulder. I had liver, chicken liver, chicken hearts, different slices of bacon, and everything a little bit textured up with 2 eggs. And that's important, to get an efficient amount of protein and fat. And if you work on that, like, I need to talk about the benefits of the carnivore diet. First of all, you always eat it all. You never waste food. You know exactly that you're full and that you never overconsume. You don't need to count calories. Your body always meets your macros or whatever, you know, those fitness gurus preach you, because you get enough protein, you get choline, you get amino acids, all of them. You get good fats, you get creatine through the meat, you get all the B vitamins, minerals. And the fact that you don't consume crappy carbs anymore and processed food and all of that junk food, you always have a constant energy level, your thoughts are always clear, mental clarity is next level. Just, I mean, it's incredible. I got rid of all, I always had to struggle, and I'm gonna talk about it just in a minute, but I know it sounds simple, cut everything out that is not from animals, but most of the people out there that want to go into the carnivore diet, they will struggle. And you know, the thing is, most humans in this comfortable society that relies on junk food and supermarkets and sugar is addicted to carbs. They're addicted. It's like a freaking crack cocaine addict, and it's not easy for most of the guys to cut out everything unless they face hard circumstances with their health and they have to. And you don't want to wait until you have to. You want to prevent that and do it earlier. So I'm gonna get to my story in a bit. But that's a special video I want to make, because I received a lot of messages. Most of the guys, if you really want to do it, you need to give it 90 days at least to really adapt to it. I mean, you can do 30 days, but you know, it's like with drug addicts. You know, if you have been living a life with sugar and carbs, you will be like a freaking drug addict, you know. And if you're a drug addict, then you need to go to rehab and get away from you need to get rid of all possibilities that you have access to carbs and sugar if you really want to do the carnivore diet. And once you complete those 90 days, it's life changing. I'm telling you, you're gonna get lean, shredded. Stay like this and not worry, don't be, you'll never again have the urge to actually go back to the other way of eating, because benefits: no bloated stomach anymore, no skin issues. I mean, for me, I'm just gonna tell you why I struggled. I always had skin issues, bloated stomach, mood swings, joint pains, cravings. I couldn't just, like nuts and all of those carbs. I could overconsume like a maniac. I can eat a whole freaking half a kilogram of hazelnuts, or like a freaking kilogram of hazelnuts. I'm gonna eat until I explode, because it just, for some reason, those things, they just don't fill me up. But once I swap to carnivore, I eat until I'm full and I remain full, and I'm not over-consuming. So that's the biggest benefit in my eyes. And then also you save tons of money, because you never waste food, you never over-consume, you appreciate every single gram, and that's why I say it's a blessing. Back then, our ancestors had to hunt. If it's freezing cold, you will only find animals in the wild to survive. There is no supermarket. You go in and buy yourself a pizza, or you go there onto those trees and pick a freaking sandwich from the tree. No, there's only animals. There's no vegan super smoothie you'll be able to buy in the wild, in the cold, in the freezing cold. No, but there will be an animal. If you hunt it, it will provide you with the blessing of life. And in Serbia we say životinja, which means život, which means life. So there is a deeper meaning into that, and you just get a much closer relationship with nutrition and the blessing of food. and the power and the energy, and you don't waste a single gram. You get rid of loads of addictions. You have way more funds available. Like I said, $200 a month. I don't usually spend more, and I'm never starving and I'm never hungry. So also, but the biggest challenge for guys is the temptations. It's the sugar, the smell. You know, those companies, they made it so that you're a freaking drug addict to those sugar and carbs and processed foods, and they promote that crap very, very heavy. But you know, wanna talk bad about meat instead. You know, animals should be those huge monocrop fields where animals should live. They just plant freaking grain, soy, gluten, wheat, and all of that crap, which ultimately, I cannot pronounce it now, but that massively increases the chance of cancer, diabetes, sugar related, you know, like those huge grain crop fields, they destroy massive amounts of land where animals could live, you know, and societies, I mean, the world is flipped upside down, and I know the guys that actually been requesting this video, they truly want to change their life, and they realize that we gotta go back to the ancestral health, and it's about metabolic health, being metabolically healthy, and that you can obtain with this elimination diet. You eliminate everything that can harm your health, like sugar, grain, wheat, gluten, preserved stuff, preservatives, soy. The rise of soy boys is just incredible. You know, men are getting feminized. They eat less meat. You know, the world is flipped upside down, and especially now in this pandemic, it's a great way to change your life in a hyperbolic way, and that's why I wanted to talk about some insights. So what I do, I always try just to get minced meat or whatever sauce is available. Wherever I travel, some countries have pork mince, beef mince, lamb mince, whole animals, and the most important part is don't fall back into the trap that you need like lean chicken. No, you need good amounts of fat and good amounts of protein in a good ratio. And that said, the easiest way to do that is also add organ meat. Organ meat is amazing, like liver or heart. You know, it's a game changer. Liver is truly powerful. Liver, the word itself also says life. And there's a nice story I want to tell. So when a wolf pack goes to hunt and they kill an animal, the strongest wolves have access to the liver first, and then the other wolves in the wolf pack eat the rest of the animal. But just a sign, if you want to be alpha, if you want to be strong and powerful, like this diesel car, jumping past, flying past, driving past, you should include organ meat. Liver is amazing. It is filled with so many B vitamins, vitamin A, choline, like incredible. And just general meat will provide you creatine, everything you need. And another great thing is your immune system will be incredibly indestructible. I haven't been sick in, I don't even remember the last time I was sick. So since I'm on the carnivore diet, like my life changed. All my health issues are gone. Joint pain, joints pains, you know, like bloated stomach, gut, skin, had eczema and pimples. If I just eat a little bit of anything that is sugar or carbs or gluten, my skin is just destroying me. My stomach is bloated. And for all of the guys that really want to get rid, because your body, your engine, your vehicle, your airplane will tell you when it's not running smooth. And if you listen to it, you can, eliminate those issues you have. And the animal-based diet, the carnivore diet, the ancestral health will just bring you a step closer to peak physical performance and mental clarity, and Also, it will help you to reverse so many health issues over that you probably piled up over the last 10 to 20 years, and just prevent further. It will prevent you from all the modern society health issues like fat people, diabetes, fat stomach, like being out of shape, being weak, being low energy, because at the end of the day, the food determines your energy levels. The energy levels determine your actions. Your actions determine your future. So all it starts with nutrition, and they don't teach you that in school. They all sell you that pyramid that you need to eat a shit ton of grains, gluten, carbs, and all of that crap, and that you shouldn't eat meat. So they're selling you this pyramid, and that's how most people look. They look like a fat pyramid. And the top of the pyramid, little amounts, they recommend you should just eat little amounts of meat. No, reverse that crap. And I've been doing keto for years, but I still had struggle. I did keto. I started keto like 2018 or so, but I just overconsumed because nuts. I ate the nuts. I ate tons of stuff. I still had struggle to stay lean and to stay on point. And with the carnivore diet, it just helps me to stay on point. And I recommend everybody to just listen to the body first. The first 2 weeks are the hardest because your digestive system will switch, and you won't have any fiber and stuff like this. So you might have some of the guys will experience diarrhea, and diarrhea like next level. You cannot even hold it. You will just freaking it's like shitting and pissing. It's like shitting equals pissing, but sorry, I'm just gonna let the car pass by. But after those 2 weeks, your stomach bloating will be gone, your energy levels will increase, you will get used to it. It just takes, everybody recommend, try 90 days. If you can't do the 90 days, you will not see those huge changes. You will see changes already after 30 days, but you will not stick to it, I think. And you don't have to do it once at a time. So for me personally, I want to share what I mainly consume. I even rarely eat any cheese. So my main sources are just meat, organ meat, eggs, fish, and that's it. Dried meat, smoked meat, like I presented to you. And what else to say? It sounds simple, but I know most of the guys are like crack, cocaine and drug addicts. There's this nice also experiment with rats, because sugar and carbs, they attack the same pleasure centers in the brain like cocaine. So you will get like shaky and feel stressed and oh shit, I need some freaking carbs and sugar. It's just people are addicted, and because you're addicted, you are easy to control, and the governments have you in their hands. And also carnivore diet is a way to freedom. It's a way to freedom too, and digital assets, way to freedom too. So everything what they don't want you to do, you should do. You should go against the grain, and there's the word, against the grain. And Caesar said it nicely: bread and entertainment for the common folk, because they don't want you to be a ruler, an emperor, an alpha, a king. They want you to stay a common folk. And if you consume bread that makes you stupid, fat, out of shape and weak, and the same goes for beer. They do beer commercials. Beer is nothing else than just liquid bread with alcohol. It's your choice. You can make the choice now, and I hope this helps a bit. If you have any further questions about my journey so far, then let me know. I'm still, I'll be doing another video when I'm exactly 1 year into carnivore. I think I officially was able to discard everything and get very strict when I actually reached Serbia, like I think over 6 months now, or maybe even longer. Let's say I'm getting towards, let me see, May, June, July, somewhere in October, just before October, I was able to get a grip on it and really get strict, and it's game changing. It's really game changing. I mean, I feel 10 years younger, all my health issues are gone, and I wish I would have done it earlier, but you know, sometimes we gotta learn to listen to our engine and be our own hero and be our own doctor, be our own bank. And I'm gonna let this truck pass by, and before this video reaches 20 minutes, I'm gonna wrap it up. Please, there's this gypsy gang again. Not gypsy, but Roma and Cynthia. I shouldn't say that. Crazy. Claim the freedom. It will provide you freedom. So if tomorrow, I'm just saying, if tomorrow all supermarkets close, the world freaking goes into ice age, you'll find animals to survive, insects to survive, fish to survive, but you won't find your vegan smoothie or your whatever, you know, quinoa, or it's gonna be a problem for most of the guys, and you will be dependent on the government. You don't want to be dependent. Carnivore diet will free you of your health issues and problems. And what else I was asked, but that's it really. Simple as that. Cut out. Don't eat anything. If you want to go carnivore, don't eat anything that is not from an animal. It's simple as that. Because people ask, hey, what about that? What about that? No. Everything that is not from an animal, just don't eat it. That will keep you safer. I mean, yes, there's still cheese, pasteurized cheese that can cause problems. Some people are just lactose intolerant, so you should test that out if you can digest cow's stuff. I wouldn't recommend it. If I would choose to eat sometimes some cheese, it's like Gouda sometimes, Gouda cheese, but not pasteurized, or goat's cheese occasionally, but very, very rarely. I stay away from it. I just feel better without it, but you should test it on your own depending on your tolerance to it. And yes, I'm finally 100% carnivore, because I even cut out coffee, if you have been following my channel, and it is also another game changer. So all in all, as less addictions you have, as less you need to own, as more free you are, and as less material things you have, the more free you are too. And that's the beauty. That's all what I learned on this diet too, that you don't need much to have everything you need, and it's pretty simple. Most people will not get it because they're just addicted, and they do not want to admit they're like freaking drug addicts, sucking up sugar, bread, all of those. Sugar is legal poison. Wheat, grain, gluten, all of that crap, preservatives, legal poison. Junk food, legal poison. What they want to do is make profit, and then they make profit on that. You get sick, and then they sell you the solution. The farmer comes and makes profit again because they sell you that so-called fix, but it's not a fix, because you're not fixing the root of the problem, and that is the fuel you ingest in your airplane every day. And if you ingest crap, it won't fly, and it won't last much long. It won't take you much further in your life. So yeah, let me know if you want me to do a 1 year special. I'm gonna do one, definitely. I'm not want, but I'm gonna do one certainly. But if you have any other comments and questions, drop them. It's a pleasure for me to answer them, because it's been a life-changing choice in my life, and I want to give others my insights so that they can also change their life. And that's all about. If you appreciate my content and channel in general, just smash up the like, subscribe. I'm coming always with topics about health and wealth. Times now, it's the best way to position yourself, and the next 4 to 6 weeks there will be massive gains to be made, and that's why I'm doing a lot of crypto and digital asset content, because also life-changing. This is the hyperbolic2020.com channel, YouTube channel. Why? Because you can, this this year can be worth 10 to 100 years. It can 10x your life in health and wealth. And yes, the sun is slowly going down. I'm gonna get ready to the gym, go to the gym for my second session. I had one, I actually did a little session before my breakfast, because while I fast, I experienced before I have a breakfast, it's a great time slot to do some physical. It just brings, imagine you wouldn't have a fridge. Just go back to the roots. Imagine you wouldn't have a fridge where you can just go and get food. You would need to go wake up in the morning when the sun rises and go try to find food, and you won't have food instantly. We need to go back to the source, to the ancestral health, and that's gonna fix many problems. If we buy those lies they sell us on media, television, and promotions, and entertainment and commercials, then we're not gonna fix the root of the problems. We're gonna just cover them with a nice curtain, but behind those curtains there are the dirty lies. And that said, we keep it lean, mean, and clean. Cut out sugar, grain, junk food, soy, gluten, all of that crap, and processed carbs, and change your life hyperbolically. And peace out until the next one. It's almost 25 minutes, god damn. Guys, anyways, so I see you guys with another video every day on this channel, streaming every weekend. And let's get after it, guys. No more weak-hearted excuses, and get away from the addictions, or remain in the matrix, staying plugged in and sucked out. You don't want to do that. You're a free human being, but with freedom there comes discipline, and with great power comes great responsibility. Now you have the knowledge, it's up to you how to use it. You have the information, so
Ustadi Mala